Hi guys, Lauren Center here. Today I want to talk about something that I feel is a little bit taboo, and it's alcohol and drinking too much alcohol. So first of all, I want to say that the reason I got into all of this mindfulness stuff and looking for ways to help people with anxiety and depression was originally because I was trying to help people who wanted to cut back on their alcohol and also bring awareness to how dangerous it is. It's all over television and movies and TV shows, people drinking all the time, and it looks happy. And the thing is there's a really big dark side to alcohol. So I feel like people need to be more aware of that. I didn't do a video last week. I usually do at least one a week. But what happened was last week was the anniversary of my sister passing. She was addicted to alcohol and she died 2 years ago. So I posted a letter that she'd written, a goodbye letter to alcohol, and I put that on my blog and I shared that instead of a video. Obviously it didn't work. It was something that she wrote in rehab, and I think it really, really shows how much alcohol had taken over her life. And I think that's important for people to see, especially when they're bragging about, you know, how much they can drink and like puke and rally. Like, that's a really cool thing to say. It's kind of disgusting, and I want people to be aware of that. So anyway, that's why I started all of this to begin with. I realized at one point that I couldn't just say, okay, you know, cut back on your drinking, especially if people were depressed and had anxiety, and that's what they were usually using to turn to. I had to give them something else. And so I have been a member of something called MM for probably for a very long time. I first looked into it about 7 years ago, and then I moved to Denver, Colorado, and I was able to go to meetings there. MM it stands for Moderation Management, and so it's for people who want to drink, who want to continue to drink, but don't want to end up like my sister. I come from a long line of alcoholics. My dad is a recovering alcoholic, and my mom's a recovering alcoholic. They actually both almost died themselves. My mom was at one point given 3 months to live, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So she's still alive, and I think that's pretty amazing. So anyway, I just recently, I'd been searching online for a Facebook MM group for a while. They exist, but they were kind of dead. Every time I looked for one, nobody was ever commenting. It was years old, and so there's no meetings around me. And what happens is if I don't constantly remind myself to be aware of how much I drink, I tend to drink more than I should. And pretty much everybody in my life is the same way. They either drink all the time, way too much, or binge drink once in a while, or they used to do those things and they don't do it at all. And so MM is a place for sort of like a middle ground. So I love the people in there. They are wonderful. They're on the same page as me. Some of them have been doing it for many, many years, and it's just really, really inspiring. And so I was going to open up my own meeting in St. Augustine, where I live. And instead of doing that, I decided to do it on the internet, because I do everything else on the internet. And this way I can reach people all over the country, all over the world, really, if I wanted to. And so I started it. Tomorrow will be my third meeting. I do it every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And the link to that will be in the description of this video. I really, really hope that if you're interested in cutting back on your drinking, or just interested in, you know, learning more about the dangers of alcohol, to message me, or just go ahead and sign up and join my group tomorrow night. It's still pretty small, and that's just because I just started it. And because not a lot of people know about MM, truthfully, but I'm planning to change that. So, I do want to say, when I first looked up MM, like I said, it was about 7 years ago, and I was friends with this guy who was in AA, and he sort of laughed at me and said, "There's no way abstinence is the only way." And his proof was that the founder of MM, her name is Audrey Kahn, and at one point it was Audrey Kishner. Anyway, she committed suicide because she founded MM, and then she eventually ended up drinking and driving and killing a father and his 12-year-old daughter. So a lot of people that say abstinence is the only way say, oh, see, you know, that's what happens. But what people don't know is that Audrey, about 2 months before that incident happened, she made an announcement to MM that she couldn't moderate and she was leaving MM, and she went to AA. So when this accident happened, she was actually in AA. So nonetheless, I feel like people need to be aware of what they're capable of, and MM isn't good for everybody. It wouldn't have been okay for my sister or my mom or my dad. They got to a point where not even a little bit of alcohol was okay for them. But if you're aware of it before you get to that point, I'm certain that it's okay. I've been doing it for a long time, and I feel like I'm pretty healthy. There's so much more I can say about this. I could go on and on and on. But if you have questions, please message me, comment in this, and come check it out. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you have a really good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.